Okay, everyone. Welcome again to another Jewel from our Jewels today. It's May, the first Thursday in May, and it's so exciting. I just feel this month is going to be amazing for all of us, all of our teams, and everything. With all the, just this excitement in Plexus with our shipping and our calling, and oh my word, it's just amazing. I can't believe this week how well it's going. So anyway, I want to introduce our speaker for today, Melisa, and she is amazing. And I think she's kind of a example of an awesome Plexus family. And I'll let her explain kind of how her family's, the dynamics of the jewels of her family. And we all got to meet Abby Jo, her daughter, which was such a blessing. We loved her. So I'm going to turn her over right now so she can just start sharing with us.
Yay! I am so excited about being on here today. I'm telling you. First of all, what I want to start out with saying is you are in the right place at the right time with the right company and the right amazing products and the right people. The cool part about this company that I love so very much is this right here. We get to share with each and every person that we come in contact with. And I love that. I have talked to so many other people that have been in different multi-level marketing companies, and they're like, but it's a dog-eat-dog world. And I'm like, no, it's not. In Plexus, it's family. And that's really our biggest thing on my team is the fact that we are all family. And I loved it when they come out with one Plexus, because that is so true. That's so true. We want everyone to be at the top of the company, every single solitary person. And that is so exciting. And if you are on this call today, or you're watching this call a little bit later, you are on your way to the top of this company. And I speak abundant blessings over your business and over your company, because I want to see you succeed. And it's so much fun being able to do this together. I love it. As you can see, I'm in my car. Today is a very, very special day in that I am headed to Tulsa to the Lexus dealership, because our daughter, Abby Jo Hilderbrand, is going to be picking out her Plexus Lexus today. So I know, I'm so excited. And I really wanted to be at the dealership, because I wanted you guys to see all of the Lexus that are out there. And if you've not taken the time to go to your local Lexus dealership and pick out your Plexus Lexus, you're missing it, guys, because we need to be dreamers. One of the things that I love saying is we're the hope dealers. We deal hope to so many people that they've lost hope. I happen to be one of those people in that I was a special ed teacher, and I loved my job. I loved the people I worked with. I loved the kids that I worked with. I loved my life in that everything that I was doing was things that I enjoyed doing. However, I had come to the place in my life that I'd gained a lot of weight. I was very insecure about a lot of things. I didn't like myself. So I was taking some of those, those little pills that my husband called the happy pills. And the part with that was I hated the way that it made me feel. So when I was introduced to Plexus, I feel like God brought it to me. And I love the fact that this is a godly company. And there's so many godly people that are in this company that it's so amazing to me that God's just blessing it abundantly over and over and over again. So anyway, God totally brought it to me, because I cried myself to sleep one night after going shopping, and I had, I bought the biggest set of capris that I'd ever bought, cried myself to sleep, and I cried out to God. God brought me this company, but let me tell you something. if I would have known that it was a multi-level marketing company, whenever I tried the products, I wouldn't have tried it. So I know God did it because he blocked that stuff from my eyes that I didn't even see that. You know, I didn't even know I was thinking called an ambassador until I got my first check. And my husband was like, what have you gotten yourself into? So anyway, I know that with God being such a major part of this company, first and foremost, we have to give him the glory. Yeah. And I don't know how you start your day out, but if you're not starting your day out with him every single solitary day, you know, the first 30 minutes of your morning literally sets your entire day. Mm-hmm. So if you get up out of bed and you are in a rush, and everything has to be done, and you're throwing clothes on your kids, and you're, you know, pushing them out the door to hurry up, let's go. You know, if you're doing that, that's how your day's going to be all day long. That's what's going to happen to, to your day. But if you get up, set your alarm clock a little bit earlier to where you're not rushing. And get up, and whether you spend time with God in the shower or, you know, in your prayer closet or walking around outside or however you choose to do it, that's not the point. The point is set your day up to where he's getting the first of you. He wants the first fruits. So give that to him first thing. And I'm telling you, if you're not doing that now, if you'll just change that one thing, you'll see a major difference in your life. You'll see a major difference in your company. Mm-hmm. One of the other things that I really encourage you to do is don't count anyone out. Mm-hmm. Don't count anyone out. I promise you, there are so many people out there that, you know, they'll be going along and they'll think, okay, so, you know, well, I don't know about Suzanne, you know, I'm just really not sure about her, but, you know, she's got some health issues that Plexus could help with, but I don't know about approaching her with that. And then before you know it, you see someone else on your team welcoming Suzanne to the team. And you're like, what in the world happened? Well, you know what? You blocked your blessing. You blocked your blessing by counting Suzanne out. So don't count anyone out. Look for the gold in every single solitary person. It's really easy for us to look at people's dirt. And it's real easy to dig through that dirt. But it's not near as easy to see the gold and to see the diamond in every single solitary person. You know, I love watching the diamond documentaries. It never ceases to amaze me that there are so many people that have so many different personalities that have made it to diamond. So what this tells me is there's no respecter of person in this company. So what I encourage you to do is embrace who you are. Embrace who you are. So many times what we do is we get to gold, because a lot of times getting to gold is a whirlwind. And a lot of times we get to gold and we think, okay, so I need to be like such and so, and I need to be like someone else, and I need to just, and so what you're doing is you're telling yourself that God didn't create you perfect. And I'm telling you, you are wonderfully and perfectly made. Wonderfully and perfectly made. You need to embrace that side of you. Do you have weaknesses? Yes. Every single solitary one of us have weaknesses. That's all there is to it. But the cool part about this business and about this family, this one Plexus, is you get to recognize your weaknesses and magnify your strengths. So you find what your strengths are. You sit back and you think, okay, and I do have a lot of people that say, Melissa, I don't even know what my strengths are. Okay, what do you like to do? What is your favorite part about this? Do you like reaching out to people? Do you like doing the meetings? What are the things that you like the most? Those are your strengths. What are the things that you drag your feet at, that you absolutely think, oh my word, I'm never going to get this done? What are those? More than likely, those are probably your weaknesses. Recognize those and do one of two things. One, what you want to do is you want to find something that helps you to work on those weaknesses, but we're not focused on those weaknesses. We want to work on them, but we're not going to focus on them, okay? Two, find someone that's on your team or a cross line that your weakness is their strength. Hook up with them. Start doing things together. Start working things together. This is not a Melisa show. I promise you. It's not a Cindy show. I mean, it's not a Jessie show or a Julie show. This is a family show. So recognize your weaknesses, but find someone that has those strengths and work with them. And we can find them everywhere if we look. But a lot of times what ends up happening is we sit back and we feel insecure because we have a weakness. That's what stops us. Guys, fear will stop you from going diamond. I promise. Fear. And let me tell you what fear is. It's false evidence appearing real. When your mind tells you that I am no good at this and I can't do something, you know what you need to do? You need to sit down in a quiet place and you need to say, shut up, enemy. Period. You need to say, I am in the right place at the right time with the right people. I don't have to do this by myself. I have an entire organization that wants me to succeed. And know that you are not alone. That's a huge thing, because when we feel alone, that's one of the reasons that I say every single solitary person, if you have an event that is within 100 miles of you, you get your rear in a vehicle and you show up. Those that show up, go up. You know why? Because you get yourself encouraged. Guys, at every single event that you go to, and let's say that you've been to 5 of my events and they're exactly the same. And, basically exactly the same, because we do go through a lot of the same stuff. I promise you, if you show up, you're going to learn something new. And number 2, you're going to get yourself on fire again. The people that cut themselves off and they sit back and they say, okay, I have to do this on my own. Those are the people that are going to be stalled. They're going to be stifled. 5 years from now, they're probably going to be at gold. And I don't mean that to be ugly. I just mean it to say that is an area that we have to work together. And we need to encourage each other. And that's what the events do. We lift each other up. There is not an event that I go to that I don't learn something new. Not one. And I am so thankful for that, because that's what a lot of this is also, is it's a learning. We learn in every single solitary event that we go to. We definitely learn. Okay. Got to look at my notes here for just a second, because I don't want to miss anything. I was asking God, okay, what do you want me to share? And there was all kinds of stuff. And I'm like, I only have 30 minutes, God. You've got to know that. Okay. Something else that I want to talk about is self-development. Mm-hmm. Okay. So 80% of this business is self-development. And when I say self-development, a lot of that is, do recognize your weaknesses and build on those, but capitalize on your strengths. That's a great place to start. Great place to start. What does your daily method of operation look like? Do you get up and do you just, it doesn't make any difference how much time you spend working your Plexus business, as long as you're doing it every day, as long as you're doing something every single solitary day. You can't sit back and say, okay, so I think that, okay, so today except I really recommend that you take Sundays off.
Mm-hmm.
Really, I honestly do. I think every single solitary person needs a day off to recoup. And I take Sundays off for the most part, unless it's the last day of the month and some of my people are wanting to rank up and we're, really having issues with that. And other than that, Sundays should be a day off. Something else I encourage you to do is take time for your family. Mm-hmm. Don't take your family out for supper and stay on your cell phone all night long. I had a great epiphany the other day about, I was on a Jules meeting, and she was talking about how, if you message someone back every single solitary time they message you, you're going to spend 3 hours doing nothing except messaging people right back. But if you'll take 20 minutes every 3 hours, you can get all those messages messaged right back, and you're only doing 20 minutes every 3 hours instead of all 3 hours. So work smarter, not harder, basically. And get those things together to where it works out for you. And let me tell you about dreaming. I don't know if you can see that precious little baby in the back seat that you can hear the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse, because I had it turned on back there, and she loves Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. Dreaming. You need to dream. I wanted to be at the Lexus dealership today because I wanted you to see that. Now, yes, I'm in my Lexus. I am, but I wanted you to see those Lexuses because I want you to dream. Guys, if you're dreaming dreams that you can get to on your own, they're not big enough. They're not big enough. One of the dreams that I've always had was to be able to keep my grandbabies when I had them. And I've had that dream for years and years and years. However, in my mind, I had come to the conclusion that, okay, so I'm a teacher, and at least teachers get off at Christmas, and they get off at spring break, and they get off in summers. So those are, 3-4 times a year that I will be able to, to keep my grandkids and love on them and do all of that. Lexus has brought me to a place financially that I get to stay at home with that baby. Mm-hmm. It's my very first grandbaby. She's 8 months old, and I am getting the time with her that no one can ever take back from me, ever. I say the same thing to you about your family. When you're on your phone nonstop, and don't get me wrong, I know we do have to come to a place where we have to help our ambassadors. That's where we're at. We're in the helping business, right? We have to do that. But our family has to come first. Mm-hmm. God's first thing in the morning, and then you need to make sure that you have time throughout the day for your family. And if that means turn off your phone when you're having supper, or different times, whatever that means for you, because it looks different for everybody. Mm-hmm. That's the cool part about this also. It looks different for everybody. But no one is exempt. No one is exempt. So I encourage you to do those. Affirmations. I know you guys have heard this 1,000 times, but if you're not speaking affirmations, and they have to come out of your mouth, you can't just read them, and you can't just think them. Read them silently and think them. It has to come out of your mouth. God says our world is formed by the words of our mouth. So what's coming out of our mouth is extremely important. Are you to the place to where you're extremely stalled, and you've been at some place for a long time, and you're thinking, I just want to rank up? I want you to take time. If that's you, I want you to take time every single solitary night when you lay your head down on the pillow, and I want you to think, what come out of my mouth today? What did I post on Facebook today, or social media, whichever avenue that you choose? Are you talking about being, tired, broke, and, okay, well, guess what? That's where you're going to stay. Because what you speak, that's what's going to happen. It is a law that I don't understand it, and I don't claim to understand exactly everything that has to do with it, but I know it's true and I know it works. What are your affirmations? And your affirmations are a place for you to dream big. Dream big with your affirmations. And those affirmations need to be something that helps you remember when the negative thought comes in, you can combat it with that affirmation. That negative thought comes in and you can say, oh no, oh no, oh no. I am a diamond ambassador with Plexus Worldwide. Whenever it comes in and says, you're going to be gold, or you're going to be senior gold, or you're going to be ruby for the rest of your life, because everybody has those thoughts. We just don't have to let them stay. Being positive is so extremely important. So extremely important. I encourage you to ask one of your best friends or your spouse. Ask them, do you see me as a positive person, or do you see me as a negative person? Do you see me as someone that, that I always find the good, or am I always talking about the bad? Ask them, and ask them to be very blunt with you and very honest with you, but do not do it until you're ready to hear it.
Yeah. Because
they will be very blunt with you. They will be very honest with you. And if it's something that you don't want to hear and you're not ready to hear that, then it's just going to make you go in the opposite direction. So don't ask them until you're ready. But I encourage you to get yourself ready and then ask them. Oh, I know what I was going to do. I don't know if I'm going to give you some things that helped me, some books that really helped me that I'm extremely, extremely, extremely thankful for. Okay, one of those is The Power of I Am by Joel Osteen. One of the issues that I had, and one of the things that I had was I had some of that negative self-talk, but I didn't realize that it was because it was a habit that I had. And so if you're someone that finds yourself, okay, so let's say that you're not afraid to talk to people at all, but you find yourself not being able to close the deal on things. Okay, so this is a great book for that. Or you're someone that's like, oh my gosh, I'm scared that they were going to tell me no. Okay, so get this book and read it. It's amazing. The Power of I Am. You build yourself up. When you get in an airplane and they're telling you about buckling up, and they're telling you about the oxygen, right? Say that they're saying the oxygen drops out. And then what do they say about the masks? Do they say, put it on your kids because you want to save them? Is that what they say? No. They tell you to put the mask on you first so that you can save others. This book is your oxygen. These books are your oxygen to fill yourself up. Your 15 minutes with God of a morning, or 30 minutes, whatever, that's your oxygen mask to where you can fill yourself up, and then you can do it with everyone else. Recaging the Beast by Jane Remington. If you don't have that book, I promise you, the only place you can get that book is on Amazon. But I promise you, it has nothing to do with Plexus, although it has everything to do with Plexus. And Jane Remington is an amazing woman of God. We just had her come a couple of weeks ago, and she did a training for my team. And it's just amazing because she talks a lot about Candida. And so that's just a great thing to do. What to say when you talk to yourself. That, holy smokes, that book right there it's by Shad Helmstetter. That book will get you too. I mean, it is. Dave Ramsey's Complete Guide to Money. As you build up in the company, you're going to make more money. And making more money for a lot of us just means we spend more money. So figuring out a way of doing what needs to be done in our lives so that when we reach retirement age, we don't have to work past that. I see people all the time that are 70 years old and they're still working, and it's not because they want to. It's because they have to. They need that income. And guys, we are in a company to where that's not something that's going to happen to us if we learn how to manage our money. And most of us go from paycheck to paycheck. Most everyone goes from paycheck to paycheck, and that's not the way we have to live. That's not exceedingly abundantly above all, like what God talks about. And Millionaire by Halftime. Millionaire by Halftime is by Presley Swaggerty, and you have to go to PresleySwaggerty.com to get that book. Those are just some of my favorites that that I feel like would really, really, really help so many of you out. And trying to look and see if there was anything else on here, because I know our time is running out here. So, on one of my very favorite things to say is, don't ever compare yourself to anyone else, because if you do, you will always come in second. Always. It's not once in a while. Always. If you ever compare yourself to someone else, you'll always come in second. You know why? Because you're not that person. You're you. And I encourage you to be you. I encourage you to enjoy this journey that God has set before you. And when I say enjoy the journey, I think about this morning as I was talking about the journey, and I was talking to God actually about my journey, and I was just, thanking him for such a journey. He showed me one day I was driving to work, and I did it 5 days a week. I was teaching, and at that point I was driving about 45 minutes away, and I just drove it. One day I had a lady with me, and she was like, "Oh my gosh, look at that flower." It was the prettiest flower I'd ever seen. However, I had never seen it. You know why? Because I was walking through the motions. I was doing what I had to do in driving, but I wasn't enjoying the view.
Yeah.
I had missed the beautiful scenery because I was just going through the motions. And guys, we do the exact same thing in this business. If we're not careful, we do the mechanics of it, and we get caught in the mechanics, and we forget that we're really here to be the hope dealer for others. We're really here to see that precious and beautiful flower in every single solitary person that we meet. Everyone. Because here's what I found out. What I found out is the sickest people, the people that need plexus the very most, can be some of the ugliest people that you will come in contact with. You know why? Because they hurt, because they're miserable, because they don't care about life. But see, that's why we have to see that beautiful flower in every single solitary person. Because when we see that in them, we get to show them the difference, and we get to be the hope dealer for them. So today, I encourage you to be the hope dealer to every single person that you meet. Enjoy your journey, guys. Don't get caught up in where you're at right now. Love every single solitary second of it. I'm so proud of you guys. I'm telling you, it is so exciting to see so many people that at 10:30, on a Thursday morning, you are wanting to soak up anything and everything that there is. So I'm proud of you. I know that y'all are going to the top. Don't get caught up in the crap, for lack of better words.
Right.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Melisa, you have me in tears. Oh my gosh, that was amazing. I took 3 pages of notes, and I'm not tears are running down my eyes, because I was one of those ugly people that needed hope, and Jesse too. And I'm just thankful for the hope dealer that came to me. So sorry.
Praise God. Oh no. I mean, that's so exciting because look at the lives that have been changed forever. Forever.
Yes. Ooh, thank you.
That was
Awesome. And
so good. So good.
I was sitting here just feeling God's presence so much because last night I did a Zoom with my goals, and I'm not kidding you, probably 5 of your points that you said exactly like illustrated I said last night with my team.
Yay!
I know. We were writing about it in our little gold group here. We're going, oh my gosh, she just said another thing. So it's just awesome. And I am so thankful that God brought you into my life. I just love what you say, and I love your upline. She is a blessing to everybody.
Yes.
God is in Plexus for sure. For sure.
Amen. 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 And I love it. I love being a part of all of it. And that's what, knowing that you're not alone always, it always helps.
Yes, it does. And okay, everybody unmute and let's thank Melisa. She's amazing. Just what we all needed to hear.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. That was awesome.
Thank you. I'm so glad y'all are on telling you.
Thank you.